create the report was because there was a missing NuGet package. No? Let me open that project. So by the way, before everything, tomorrow I cannot handle any lecture class, okay? I have to be, magpa-check up ako, no? I need to have my check-up again by tomorrow. So tomorrow, no lecture classes, okay? You'll have no lecture, no? But I'm going to give you an assignment, no? You are going to group yourselves into threes and then make a simple login screen in ASP.NET. If you can get a sample, no? And a simple CRUDs, okay? This is our, no? We are trying to create a report and we were not able to create one. Okay. This may be our last meeting, no? For ASP.NET, and we'll be transferring to ASP.NET Core. Okay. This author's page, we'd like to put a print, no? Okay. So first, we'd like to install the uh, RDLC package in our project. The main reason my other project runs, if let's look at that, no? Yeah, sorry. It should be open project. It's because it has the NuGet package, no? Ito yung may report na eh. Okay. So, if you run this is the same ano, no? Which I have created. Okay. Ganito. Okay. We will open it in another page. Okay. And then we can now start printing. Okay. Do you follow? So, the main reason behind this is in our authors page, no? We have a report viewer authors page. So, if you look at the design view, there's nothing but the report. No? Okay. And then in the authors page, okay, when we do a print, ito yung print, no? We'll do a response.write, no? We'll copy this, no? Anyway, we'll use this. Just copy this because okay, we'll need this in our so we already had a NuGet package, no? If you look at this, no, the NuGet package that we need to have is no, manage NuGet packages is RDLC 15.0, no? Because I installed, we need to install this, no? Kailangan nating i-ano is this, no? For the web forms. This is for the Windows forms. So naka-X, wala naka-install. No? It's installed, by the way, no? Nasa installed sila. Silang dalawa. Okay. X means if you click this will be uninstalled. Okay. So uninstall, oh. So these are installed, no? So let us open my other project. We only need to open the report viewer for the web form, no? Okay. Ito, walang report, no? Now, that's the problem with Visual Studio, no? You always have to install NuGet packages separately for each project. Okay? So, ito na ba? Let's run this. Ito yung walang author man. Wala siyang print, okay? We'll put a print button, okay? So anyway, to do that, to install the NuGet package, we have to right click and then manage NuGet packages. Okay. Then if you look at the installed report.viewer, wala siya, no? Nothing is installed. So we have to browse it, no, somewhere, no? Browse it, no? From the uninstalled, and we report.viewer. Okay, we have to wait. Okay. So nandito yun, ang kailangan natin yung 150. Bueno. Sinong dumating? Bakit biglang naging 14? Bueno and Sigera. Sino pang bagong dating? Kindly chat. Andriano. Okay. So ayan, no? We are going to install the report viewer for web forms. Ito. Okay. Ito. For web forms. Okay. We'll install this. We have to wait a while, no, for this to be installed. And then you have to accept the license agreement. We click OK. We accept the license agreement. Wait a while. You have to do this to every project that you have. Okay. So, is it there? Let's look for that in our installed. So, nandito na siya, no? Okay. Sometimes you have to wait a while. Okay. Have to close this. And then we have to create a new page. This is not, we are going to create a new page, not a new page content. Okay. So, RBW authors, no? Let's do that. Let's add new, on the site, we add new item. Okay. We add a new web form. And then this is not a page content, no? But really a web form. Okay, so we'll add this as RBW, report viewer, okay, for authors.aspx. Okay, now we have it here in our design view. Do we have a report already? Wala pa pala tayong report, no? So we have to create a new folder. Add new folder. Name this reports. Okay. So dito sa body, sa toolbox, we can have search for report. Oh, nandito na yung report viewer. We can now add it here. Do you follow? No? So last time we had a hard time because we did not install a NuGet package. Okay. Now let's install the report first. How do we get to install the report? Okay. Here we add new. Add new item and choose report, no? Gahanap tayo ng report dito. Report. There it is, the report, no? We'll call it RPT authors. RPT authors, okay? Then, yeah. We save this first. I-close muna natin because it's in the wrong space, no? Okay, nandito siya. So, i-move natin sa, can we move this to a folder? Or we just open the, no, we'll just open the folder, then move it somewhere. Or we'll just remove this from the project first, the RPT. RPT. What's that? Nandito pala siya. We'll just move it. We'll remove it, exclude from project. It's not there, but we will transfer it by opening the. We will open the folder. Where's that? Open folder in File Explorer. Yes. So nandito ngayon yung RDLC, RPT authors. Okay. We will transfer it there sa reports. Okay. And then we will add this to project. It's already there in the project, no? Okay. Because we added it, no? Okay. So we have this report. What we'll do is add a new data set. No? Wala tayo. So we'll add a new data set. Okay. Then we call it data set 1. Bakit hindi niya makita? Hindi niya mapakita yung ano, no? Connection string natin. Anyway, sige, we'll just get a new connection. Localhost. Okay. And then we'll use SQL Server Authentication. Demo user. Demo 1, 2, 3. Okay. We test the connection. Okay. The database you want is demo. Okay. Okay. We click next. We save this here. Wala pa tayong demo connection string. And then tables. Yeah, which tables do we need? Authors, no? Pwede ba store procedure? Yes. Let's look for the store procedure if you have. Kasi doon sa ating store procedure, naka-order by. Do you follow? It's ordered by. Okay. Uh, get all authors, no? Finish. Okay. Click OK. So now we have this get all authors. The good thing about this get all authors procedure is it's sorted by last name. Okay. Pinson is here. I don't know. Pinson. Okay, 15. Let's look at the SP get all authors project. Store procedure. No? So ito, no? Select ID for order by. May order by siya. Okay? So it will be listed as it was displayed in the CRUDs. Okay? Balik tayo dito. Okay. What we'll do is first we'll insert a text box. List of authors. Can expand this. Okay. Then we insert a table. So, how many columns ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We insert. Insert column to the right. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. Palakihan natin ito. Remove this. I just click, no? Remove. Then siya 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first thing that we are going to do is the last name. So i-drag lang natin yan dyan. No? And then the first name, we drag it there. And then the middle name, we drag it there also. And then the nationality. And then the specialization. We have to edit some boxes, no? Let's say, ano eh. Last name, meron ito. So tanggalin natin yan. The last name, I think, is too large. Too long. Then, okay. Remove that. Okay. Nationality. You can do a lot to this. No? You can put a page header, page footer. No? Then we'll save. Okay. So meron na tayong report. Okay. The name of the report is RPT authors. Okay. Any questions so far? No? So ang gagawin natin, we are going to put a report viewer. No? Just like we did in C# before, no? We are going to put a report viewer in this page. Nandito na tayo. So we'll just choose the report. So ito. Okay. And then we choose the data source. Okay. Problema nito, dalawang beses talaga tayong mag-data source, no? Okay. So SQL data source 1, lalagyan niya yan eh. And then demo connection string, we already have that. And then click next. Okay. Now, nandito tayo ngayon, no? We are going to use the last name, the first name, the middle name, author, no? And then we put an order by kasi it's segregated from the, no? We put the author na lang, no? And then we put an order by. The first order by is by last name. This is a repetition, no? So, kailangan talaga itong i-repeat. Last name, then first name, and then by middle name. Okay. We click OK. We follow. We click next. We test the query. Yes, we have. And then we finish. Then click OK. Ang gagawin niya dyan is actually, if you look at the source, it will add an SQL data source with a new connection, no? Tapos, lagyan niya ng SQL statement. Look. Huh? Lagyan niya. Tapos, naka-order by. Okay? Do you follow? Everyone, any questions? No? So, the last thing that we are going to do is now to put it on authors.aspx sa design view. Okay? Dito sa print. Okay? Itong print button natin ngayon, kukopyahin natin yung we are going to copy the notepad that we had before. Okay? Okay. This will just open the report, no? We are not just going to use a redirect, but we are going to write a script that will open it to the report to a blank tab, no? Kasi we don't want the report to overlap our CRUDs. Okay? $80 minutes pa tayo, maaga pa. So it's here, no? So ito na ngayon. I'm going to upload the code, no, in our Dagger site. We go to admin, then we click print. Okay. So ang kailangan niya ngayon is System UI Script Manager on the web form. So we are going to put a script manager on the web form, okay? Ito ang nakalimutan natin, no? How do we do that? In the uh, dito sa no? So let's look at the design view. Dito sa we are going to add a script manager. We just look for script manager, no? So, nandyan siya. Dagdag lang natin dyan sa no? So meron na tayong script manager. Okay? So nandito na, merong script manager. Do you follow? So just Yun lang naman ang problema. That's no big deal. Okay. We put the script manager so it will run. Okay. So here it is. So web tech 2 is like about creating CRUDs, no? So that you can create CRUDs like you do in Lazada. Do you follow? O, tingnan man, it's now arranged alphabetically. Okay? And then when you print, bakit walang ano? Wala siyang, because I don't have, there it is, no? The destination. No? You cannot choose the printer. Okay? So any questions so far? So, what I'd like you to do is a project which has CRUDs, no? A project which has CRUDs for you. That will be your final requirement. Hindi kailangan you don't need to have a master detail. Now, if you can have a shopping cart, it's okay. Do you follow? No, shopping cart is okay in your project. No? Pero hindi kailangan master detail because master detail forms are really very hard to implement in the web. In fact, I've seen web applications which have very crude implementations, no, of master detail forms. Unlike in Windows, no, where you can easily write Windows forms like invoices and so on and so forth. So dito tayo ngayon, CRUDs lang. Okay, you can do a lot already using CRUDs. Do you follow? Any questions so far? No? So by group, organize yourselves into groups of threes. Can I put that in Dagler na lang? You send me a text file, any text file. Okay? So I'm going to give you an assignment to be passed on, when is that? Wednesday. Wednesday na. So the good thing about ASP.NET is end-to-end. You can create applications end-to-end, which means you can write CRUDs, you can do SQL store procedures, no? And then from the front end, no? From the front end, from the HTML to the business logic like store procedures, and then CRUDs to the SQL tables, no? And print reports, no? In other platforms like Django and the reports are very difficult to print. Okay? Napakahirap, no? So I'll give you a grouping. Submit your groupings, no? Assignment. Group members. Project, no? You can pass a text file here. What's the date on Friday? Hanggang Friday pwede, no? 14. Kasi hanggang kailan tayo mag-end? End of May 30 ba? Okay? May 14 lang, no? Total, ano lang naman yan? Okay? Groupings lang naman. Okay? Today is May 10. Tomorrow we will not have classes, so you will, no? You will have to decide on your groupings. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay, now we will change to a new platform. Okay, kasi I promise you that we will do MVC, right? Models, views, and controllers. Now, you may ask, why do we need to do that? Because that's the trend nowadays, no? The most platforms uh, usually adapt, no? MVC. It started from Java, no? The original platform for for MVC started in Java, and then also in Perl and in Ruby on Rails, no? Yung mga PHP like when they access databases, they use the MVC structure. What is MVC? So when we are developing a web application, we have it in three layers, no? uh, Models, views, and controllers. Okay, do you follow? Now, the controllers actually is the front end. No, it accepts because you have a web server. It represents the web server which accepts requests from a client somewhere like a browser. No, for example, it accepts a request from Chrome. Given the request, it will determine if there's a data needed. If there's data needed, it will look for the logic in the model. And then given the data, it will create the view. So models views. The view actually is an HTML. Okay? The model is where the SQL is. Fortunately, with MVC, you don't have to create your own SQL anymore. The logic is in the models, is in the models portion of the project. Okay? So MVC na tayo ngayon. So you may ask, what will happen to ASP.NET, the classic ASP.NET? Fortunately, Microsoft has not created any update since ASP.NET 4.7. Hanggang doon na lang. Because by ASP.NET 5 is now called ASP.NET Core. Okay? And ASP.NET Core is a platform which Microsoft developed as a counterpart of Django and Laravel. Do you follow? Who has done Django? I have taught Django twice, no? So halos there are very close similarities with Django. Okay? Do you follow? So if you have done Django, there were very close similarities. And fortunately, ASP.NET Core is an open source platform, which means you don't need to buy any license from it. In fact, you can create MVC.NET Core projects using Microsoft Visual Studio Code lang. Do you follow? Like you do it when you're making client applications, no? Or making Django applications. We use Visual Studio Code, no? Pwede. But here, we have better functionality if we use Visual Studio. Now, unfortunately, we will go back to Visual Studio 2017, no? 2017. Okay, kasi medyo maraming bugs pa yung .NET Core 3.1. Okay? The official .NET Core version used in Visual Studio 2019 is 3.1 and 5.0. 5.0 is still in the beta edition. I'm not sure if the problem is in the community edition kasi yung aking Visual Studio 2017 is an enterprise edition. Okay? Or maybe it's on the .NET Core itself. Okay? So we are going to use Visual Studio 17 and the .NET version we will have is version 2.2. It's a long-term, no? It's a long-term license. Support use. Hanggang ngayon, it's still being used, no? It's still being supported by Microsoft. Now, the main problem with the Microsoft platforms is you cannot migrate from one version to another. I don't know, no? So hanggang ganun talaga yung Microsoft. Even your ASP.NET Classic, you cannot migrate it to ASP.NET Core. Now you may ask, what will happen to our ASP Classic? Classic, will it die away? No, Microsoft will have to commits to support it. No, why is that? Because ASP.NET is the third most widely used platform. No? Third from PHP and even higher than than Django, no? PHP like Code Igniter kasi ang number one, no? And then I think there's Drupal and Joomla, no? It's the third most widely used platform. And in effect, no, there are so many applications still running, no? Millions of applications around the world are still running ASP.NET. And they cannot just easily migrate from ASP.NET to ASP.NET Core MVC. Do you follow? So there are very large companies which are still developing in classic ASP.NET, yung ginagamit natin. Okay? Do you follow? So there's still a lot of jobs waiting for ASP.NET Classic users. So we have discussed them, and then on top of that, we will discuss a new platform called ASP.NET. Excuse me a while. Okay. Any questions so far? Now, to make this long story short, let us create an MVC project. Okay? Let us create an MVC project. This is very interesting. I would like you to listen to this, no? Okay. So, 2 sessions tayo ngayon, no? Let me close this, no? Okay. We will use Visual Studio 2017. The easiest way is to create a platform with everything, no? Okay. I'll put this in our regular class. How to create a new Visual Studio ASP.NET Core, no? So we'll have to open. Tingnan nyo, parang Visual Studio Code, meron tayong console. Okay? Meron tayong console dito sa baba where we have to, because you really have to encode, no? By hand. Unlike ASP.NET, no? ASP.NET Core is not drag and drop. So, coding tayo dito, scripting. There's a lot of scripting, a lot of coding, no? They follow like you do in Node and in Django. So, pang coding ito. Unfortunately, the very bad news is we don't have the server controls like our favorite grid view, no? Ang dali sana gamitin yung grid view pang create ng CRUDs, wala na yon. Everything will be HTML, purely HTML, no? Wala na tayong boxes, text boxes, no? Wala na tayong mga check boxes, radio buttons which we can drag and drop to our form, no? To our web form. Hindi, wala na yan ngayon. So we have to say goodbye to it. Unfortunately, RDLC is very difficult to use in ASP.NET Core. So we are now at level with Django and Laravel. Wala tayong edge, no? But however, ASP.NET Core is becoming very popular, no? So tingnan natin the most popular web development frameworks. Tingnan natin yung pinakauna. Ruby on Rails pa rin. Okay? Django, no? In 2021, Ruby on Rails kasi MVC na dati ang Ruby on Rails. So Microsoft is really going towards MVC, no? Express.js, that's Node, no? Django, yeah. Ruby on Rails is number 3. Laravel, no? Laravel is number 4. But eventually, no? Spring in Java. So sa Java ito, Spring. Angular, no? That's by Google. React, Vue, JavaScript, and .NET Core is not here. But .NET Core is becoming very popular and it's expected to dominate in a few years, no? Let's do that. What's the prospect of ASP.NET Core? Okay. So next 5 years, no? In the next 5 years, okay, ASP.NET Core will dominate, no? No? It will dominate the web development tools. Now, like the others, no? ASP.NET Core is multi-platform, which means you don't only use it to develop web pages, you can also use it to develop mobile applications. Okay, and you can also use server-side APIs, which means that you can create REST servers, no? Yung servers na nakakonect yung mga web pages and which can both mobile applications and can connect. So that's the reason why I'm going directly to ASP.NET Core MVC. Hindi na sa ASP.NET MVC kasi wala na tayong feature doon. Okay? To get a view of ASP.NET Core or what MVC is, let us create a new project. No? File, new project. Okay. Do you follow? It's, now, we are going to use a .NET Core, no? .NET Core web application. Okay. Okay. Let's browse. I'll have to go to my folder kasi may iba yung aking .NET Core projects. Meron akong ano. Select folder. Okay. We'll call this books. Books. Okay. Now, click OK. Now you will have choices. You will be asked choices. Now the best thing to do is to do not create an empty. No? Hanggang 2.2 lang tayo. No? So, we'll create a web application with MVC. Okay? Ito. Web application with MVC. Now, let's not use no authentication. This is difficult to do. Okay? Do you follow? Let's change the authentication so that we will have a user login right away. Okay? Do you follow? We will use individual user accounts. No, work or school accounts is like where you have an account, a group account in Google, Gmail, and then you're registered as a school there, so you can have your group there, and then you can do the authentication in Google, Gmail. Okay, so let's click this. Okay, and then we now change it, and then we click OK. Do you follow? Nandito na. We have here, no? So right away, we have a .NET project which has folders controllers, data, models, and views. Okay, what's a controller? Let's look at that. The home controller actually, okay, receives requests from the client. What do we mean by, and then if you look at the members of the controller, their action result, they will all, this is a predefined type. Okay, and then it returns a view. So which means that it's the controller that accepts. Okay, it's the controller that accepts the request from the browser and then calls a view. What is a view? Okay, a view is in the views folder. So for example, here we have two views, no? Home and index, no? Okay, in the home view we have index. Let's look at that, no? So ito lang sinasabi niya, index, and we have privacy. Okay, let's run this, no? Let's run this right away. What it is, no? Okay, so tingnan natin. So look at that. This is like an ASP.NET project. No, para siyang ASP.NET project with a master page. Right? You have a nav bar, and then you have a footer, and you have a content placeholder in the middle. Right? So but this is the controller itself. Okay? Let's look at the controller. No? What happens when we say index? By the way, no, we'll have to save our we'll have to save home index. Okay, home index. We'll have to save our session, and then we'll start all over again. Okay. We will have to start all over again because this is a very important topic. No, please go back right away. No,